let's see what month this is. And so, anyhow, without talking too much, let's just say hello to Pamela.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Satsang.
Right away.
So I don't have much to say. I'd love to hear from all of you.
Okay, I can put the number up, or I'll say a few words to start. Let's see. What do I want to say? Here's one for you. Like sometimes, especially Sunday morning, we get up kind of late or slowly. And my wife's Italian, so she likes espresso. And so I go down and make a little espresso, and bring it up, and we sit in bed and drink. She drinks her coffee, and then we just kind of hug and caress each other a little bit. And I was just thinking, that's just it. I was just thinking. So I had these thoughts. I was holding her, and
Could you stop thinking?
Yeah, no kidding. No, listen to this though. I was just, I wasn't really anxious about the broadcast or anything like that, or there was really no high anxiety or anything. And there was, I knew I was kind of all unhooked down here, and I needed to fix a few things. But, what was really going through my head is it's funny how that here I am with this lovely lady, my wife, and I'm thinking, where am I, and why is my attention going? And I was, it wasn't that I was unaware of it either, because it was happening right there. I was just thinking, but I still, the thoughts just came and went, and it wasn't, I don't know. I mean, maybe you could testify and say that never happens to me, I don't know what, but I just felt like I wasn't really giving her myself, I didn't really want to give her myself. Or somehow, and there was really no high anxiety or like really heavy duty pressure. I knew that these broadcasts just happen, and that I'm not under a problem. But here I go around my whole life, and I'm not really giving myself to who's in front of me or to the or to what's now. I'm not giving myself to now.
But that's the second movement. The first movement was noticing that thought was thinking. And then the second movement is thought is interpreting that it's bad, that it's thinking.
Yeah, I was interpreting that I'm not giving her my full self,
Yeah, no, but you weren't interpreting. See, you're there. You're an innocent bystander while thought is reviewing and thinking and wondering and not being present. Yeah, but you're present. You were in the bed. You were there. So I wouldn't worry about it. Thought likes to wander. Yeah? Yeah, it's very innocent. It somehow doesn't think the present moment is ever enough. It has to add something to it. Yeah, or change it. But that's innocent, so. The mind likes to move. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No worries.
Lots of times, the reason I said this is because lots of times we think, oh, I forgot, and I just went off on a tangent, and then I came back and I kind of woke up, but I I didn't forget, In fact, that was the thought, that I wasn't giving attention to what was here in front of me, and it was it was still happening.
Yeah. So no worries. That just happens, right?
Right.
It doesn't refer to you. It refers to the mind. Yeah. See, I like to have compassion for the mind because it doesn't know the preciousness of being here yet. So you can just invite it to be here, like your show is named. You just invite the mind, come here, come here. It's much more interesting here than in some sort of virtual reality. Much more interesting. It's beautiful here. Come here, come here.
That's just how we do it, We just smell that espresso and we just say,
That's it. See, already now you're in your body again, not worrying about the mind. Yes, it's too precious. Don't miss being here, you know?
Pamela, I've heard you mention before that you knew Robert Adams,
Hmm. Yes.
and yes, I have a book of his, um, The Silence of the Heart, and he seems to be it's a wonderful book, by the way. I love that book. He seems to be a very elusive character. I haven't been able to find much about him anywhere or see a photo of him. And he seems to be quite an advanced soul, as it were, in this thing we're talking about.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I'm just
definitely.
wondering, I'm just curious as to your story about Robert Adams.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, just being with him was very precious. So it was so gorgeous to be met that way.
Mm-hmm.
Often we play in the realm of problems and not there yet. And he always would start the satsang with, here, right now, already divine, all is well.
Okay. Um,
Okay.
I guess there's not much more to say about him because, you know, he pretty much, I mean, all the way through the book, he's like that. He just basically seems to cut to the chase and just, like you said, you know, right here, right now, you know.
Yes, absolutely. So
Yeah.
that which is aware of the humanness is divine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there is an effortless awareness of the movement of the humanness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thought and feelings and sensations and circumstances and experiences. Yeah, that which is aware of that is, I would suggest, not of this world. Yeah. Yeah, which is why there is some frustration with the humanness. Yeah. Aware of human limitation, right?
Right.
Does that resonate? Yeah. And then
Your
there's a
voice,
frustration that arises.
Pamela's voice is going in and out.
Well, that's just her wireless connection is getting a little
Oh, okay.
lazy there, and so then
All right.
fortunately she talks very slowly, so then we get the
Well,
understanding
that's good.
anyhow.
Slow,
In the
slow is
center
good.
of the omniverse, it takes a while.
I like slow. Slow is good.
Yeah.
Slow is very good.
You know,
Yeah.
Now we have
I think that's a beautiful part about Robert Adams, and you too, Pamela, because I was just thinking about how some things are, and you said he didn't start with questions and answers, which many times some teachers even tell me that everybody's traumatized, you know, and so you're starting with that, and basically then a question, of course, is going to be either about a confusion or about a pain. And so then it's like totally dual, you know, it's not non-dualism anymore because you're starting with the pain and separation and saying, well, what do I do with this? You know, drop it.
Well, so it's all right to start with what is here, you see, because if we are divine, and that means everything is, every, feeling, every body, every bird, every plant, it's all divine. But this play of forgetting and then returning is a very ancient, beautiful play. So what's nice is to notice, Richard, the view you already have. You already are prior to consciousness. You're that which is aware of the I amness, yeah? You're aware of I am this, I am that, yeah?
Yeah.
And then the play just continues, right?
It does. It gets interfered with quite frequently, of course, with narcissistic injections, as I call them.
Oh, yes, but
that's
who invented that? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So many stories about the original gods were very narcissistic. So maybe we could give satsang, you could give satsang to whatever arises. Yeah? Because you're the in-house Satguru. You're this aware, intelligent presence. The only constancy within is you. Everything else comes and goes, yeah?
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is there seems to be a committee in there,
I bet the committee's tired. Maybe invite the committee
and the committee has all kinds of opinions and preferences, shall we say, about how things are supposed to be or not be, and so those little detours can be difficult to get out of,
Right. Now that committee is dedicated to your well-being. It's at your feet. Now, it might not have noticed you don't need its services anymore.
Yeah.
Right. So just invite the committee to rest, because otherwise they're going to be offering you services, even till the last breath of the body,
Mm-hmm.
Total loyalty and dedication.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So as the divine, do you really need worried servants?
Generally, no. I mean, in the past couple of years since I began listening to this program or programs like that and reading and so forth, it became much easier to not be the committee, to step out of it and just look at it, just step out of it and look at it with some compassion,
Gorgeous.
So, well, there they are, But,
yeah. That's it. Yeah, you don't need stewardship anymore, you see.
No, that's true. That's true.
Right. You're all grown up, street smart, pure awareness, the supreme intelligence. Tell everybody inside to kick back. Rest.
Well, okay. I just wanted to, just bring up the name Robert Adams because maybe a lot of people on this show have not heard of him. And like I said, he's quite elusive in the cyber world here. It doesn't seem to be a whole lot about him. Can't find a photo of him anywhere.
Have you gone to Ed Musica's site?
To which site?
It's Ed, first name, and then Musica, Muzika.
Oh, okay. Ed Musica. All right.
And that will fulfill all your desires. At least Robert.
Okay, I'll check
Let me
that
ask
out.
before you jump off, Richard. Let me ask this because I think Robert Adams.
The book was called Silence of the Heart.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a wonderful book.
Mm-hmm.
A little hard to find, but it's a really wonderful book. I mean, there's just so much, value in that book.
Absolutely.
It's an odd book. It's not your standard, non-dual bestseller.
That's good news.
Let me ask a question because didn't Robert Adams have a lot of pain in his life? And I think Richard from New York has got a lot of pain in his life.
That's true.
Oh,
you remember that, Richard.
Not that I'm aware of with Robert.
Oh, okay. I thought that he had a kind of a long process of leaving the body that was painful.
No.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I send lots of warm, healing love to Richard.
Well, thank you. It was good to talk with
It's good to be with you.
Okay.
Thanks,
Take care.
Richard.
And
Okay.
thanks, Richard.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
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 Hello, do you hear us on the telephone?
Yes, I do.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Kelly. I'm calling from Henderson, Nevada.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi. My question is that I've been listening to your recordings, Pamela, and I've been trying to stay in my body when feelings arise, and then yesterday some anxiety arose, and so I had satsang with it,
Mm-hmm.
and it got so great that I didn't know what to do. And normally when I do that, it relieves it, and and then I feel the space, but it was so great yesterday, and I could remember it from my past that it's the same feelings that I've kind of had my whole life, but it was magnified yesterday. So I was just wondering if you had any advice for me on that.
Yeah, so in this moment, is everything returning back to just natural restfulness?
Mm-hmm.
Is it quiet now, Kelly?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. And just maybe really honoring or savoring that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like going outside after a big storm,
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So is there any trace of it in the body, or is it just here as a memory?
No, it's in the body. It's in my chest. I can feel it. I can feel it in my stomach.
Yeah. Now, if we are not who we appear to be, then also this feeling isn't as well. Yeah. So just as sometimes consciousness will cloak itself with uniqueness or role play, so here is consciousness appearing as anxiety. Yeah. Now, just for a moment, don't believe the sensation. So what is noticed when you're present with it or honoring it as consciousness? What is noticed? Anything's okay.
It feels like it's like spreading throughout, but getting less.
Yes. Now just express gratitude to it, because it's just liberating itself. But it wanted you to see through its function into its true nature, you see.
Is it going to come back again and again and again?
Okay, so here's thought, and it's worried that it has to do this over and over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, now just thank thought. And thank it for trying to protect you from future fear. Yeah. And then it rolls over and rests, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. You see, we didn't know that we had this capacity within to bring everything to rest. And, basically, just through compassionate being present with it, or a gentle touch within, or knowing its true nature and meeting it that way. Yeah. Just the way when we're with a friend and they're kind of honoring our true nature, we just relax and open, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so everything else does too. Mm-hmm. Now just get curious, because it was displaying as anxiety, right?
Yes.
And check how consciousness is displaying in this moment. What is it up to?
I don't know.
Is it kind of quiet and empty, or?
It's like space now.
That's it.
Just
Okay,
like
big.
comforting.
Ooh, comforting space. Could you just thank it or give it a kiss? You see, consciousness is such a shape-shifting fool, you know? And it's so mischievous. So one moment it's displaying as anxiety, you know, next moment just spacious yumminess, you know?
Yeah.
Now, where the stability is where you are already abiding. Yeah. See, you're actually this openness. We could say you're empty, all welcoming space that everybody cruises through. Yeah. So I
That's
used to
what
think
I can
peace
never
was.
understand how I am that space. I can't get there.
Okay, this is really simple.
I feel it, but I feel it, you know, I feel it around me, but it feels outside of me.
Okay, but you just said inside there was space, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, awareness has no form, right?
Right.
Okay, so awareness is like a formless, present intelligence, yeah? Now, the space you were feeling, are feeling, also has no form, right?
Right.
Okay, so between formlessness and formlessness, can there be any boundary?
No.
No, okay. So just get curious about yourself as openness, as something that has no form. Because that's where you're always living, is just here, aware of things arising, so to speak. Yeah? And the body isn't going to like some of them, and the mind isn't going to like some of them. And then sometimes there's going to be just a deep, abiding pleasure, yeah? Yeah, so you're the only thing that doesn't come and go. Of course, you're not a thing. You're the only one. Everybody else is shape-shifting, except you.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's it. So now here, it's so beautiful meeting divine mischief with your own unique divine mischief. Yeah? So something shows up and you just look a little deeper or feel into it a little deeper and you notice, oh my God, it's also made of space. It's also made of intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is freedom, not freedom from anything, but freedom with everything. It's like, come here, let me look a little deeper. Let me feel you.
Oh, I see. And then just let it just be. Don't expect an end because it's just being. And then that makes it less.
Yeah, because when you meet something, it can rest. Yeah, you're functioning as what is called satsang, which is just conscious company, a conscious meeting. Yeah?
Yeah.
That's it. And see, when you're that way with your body-mind, then your body-mind can rest and know itself also as consciousness, as simple being. Because there really is only a few movements of humanness or functions, right?
Right.
So you just met anxiety and saw that it also was made of nothing, but it's also intelligent, divine presence. So that's one of the main functions you just met, and you liberated it. Now it might come back, if the body or mind is under pressure, or if all of a sudden you see a really scary bug.
Yeah.
But you can just be with it again, and then it'll roll over and want its belly scratched. Yeah. Thank you for giving satsang to anxiety and liberating it. Go, girl.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, love.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
No, what I wanted to say was this, that, how we get it turned around, because I always used to think, okay, it's great to come to presence, but isn't that avoiding my problem, which is in the past and going to be in the future? And I realized, the problem is avoiding the present, because there is no problem.
Yeah, that's
we
it.
get it turned on the head, just turned around.
Yeah, there's never a moment where you're not present. How could you not be present?
Right.
It's just thought interprets based on sensations or thoughts that you're not present. The mind is always talking about itself when it says, I am not present. And you can just invite it to come here, Come here, come rest. The mind is sometimes like the Vikings. They just got in their boats and they just set off, right? For a great adventure. Very courageous. But I think the mind is exhausted and wants to just return to its true nature, huh? The mind is made of silence. It's huge and immense. Brilliant.
Do you hear us on the phone?
Hello?
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm calling from the Netherlands.
Oh, hello. What's your name?
Hello.
My name is Josephine.
Hi, Josephine.
Hi, Josephine. Welcome.
Hi. I wasn't sure whether I was going to get through or not, but
You did.
here we are.
Here we are.
So I just have you on the phone. Is that okay?
Oh, sure.
Well,
We're happy to have you.
okay. Well, I watch a lot of programs on NeverNotHere, and I was introduced to Advaita a couple of years ago. And I really loved the way Pamela and the way you, Pamela, with such grace treat the ego and the mind and see it also as divine. And my question, if it is a question, is when I watch some of the other teachers, they seem to say, bring the attention to the space where thought comes from, or, the ego needs to burn or fry, or, and when I hear those things, I feel some kind of pressure of having to find the exit, having to find the door to freedom. And there's this doing, this drive that comes. And when I listen to you, something in me relaxes. And I was wondering how, from your perspective, you see this, what a lot of teachers say, to jump into freedom or to burn the ego. Or
Well, everyone's speaking from their experience, right? Yeah. So this is what's so beautiful is you're the Satguru for your embodiment, right? Yeah. So
Yes.
this natural resonance and occasionally not resonating with something is your intelligence just, finding its way, right?
You just cut out. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, it's just that resonance is so beautiful because each one of us is the unique embodiment of the one, right? And so this is an invitation for you to be sovereign of your own embodiment. Yeah.
Right.
Yes. So you are aware of the mind, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the mind is the seeker. Does that resonate?
Yes.
So the mind wants its freedom, which is already it's showing its intelligence. It's saying, okay, enough of this. This sucks.
Yeah.
Yes. So shall we liberate the mind? Would that be all right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So now bow to your mind because it's been a very noble genius, really. It's all
A
service.
noble what? A noble servant? Is that what you said?
Yeah, a noble servant. You're already laughing. This is so good. This is all very lighthearted, this freedom stuff. It's
Yeah, I
not
love it. I love it that you're so lighthearted. You see, that immediately brings that part out in me that feels like it's innocent and lighthearted. But when I hear some of the other teachers say, you've got to bring your attention here, and the ego has to burn, I think, well, maybe the mind says, that must be right also.
Well, let's find out what's true for you, okay? Because everybody else is just sharing their view,
I don't find that it works for me very well, actually, because I get into a stress place and I get very confused. What am I supposed to do with my attention? Bring it to before thought. Where is that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And who is
so
doing
right now,
that?
Josephine, just bow to your mind because it's bright and shiny and intelligent. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
I totally relate to what you're saying. When teachers are telling you to go to the source of that thought, they're just saying, well, stop thinking, basically, because the source of the thought is a place where just before the thought, or they say go to the source of your next thought. And
yeah,
I know it's kind of doing it.
Just did you say bow to the mind?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing it ever since I saw your last video, your thing on NeverNotHere, and I loved it. I loved the idea of bowing to the mind and thanking it for its services.
Okay, so now let's ask it who it is. Ask the mind who it is behind all of its functions. Who are you really, mind?
There's nothing.
Yes, okay. Now really bow to that. It just showed you its formless essence. So this is a very precious moment. It's like, thank you, you're beautiful. Oh. Now ask it to let you feel or see its vastness. Its formlessness, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It's yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's absolute reality. It's Brahman. It's divine. That's where it was getting all its juice. We'll wonder why, oh my God, the mind can chatter for 18 hours a day. Where are you getting your juice, big guy, you know?
That's
Now
why it
just
doesn't feel right to beat it up, you know, because then it becomes something, actually.
exactly, nicely said. Yeah. So now let's bow to it again and just really honor it as the supreme intelligence. And ask it if it would like to just rest as this. It doesn't have to contract to function, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the mind can't go anywhere and it's never quelled. Because how is consciousness going to quell consciousness or suppress it, you know? But by
Right.
bowing and honoring its true nature, then it returns back to its majesty and its dignity. And then there's peace in the kingdom. Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels much, for me, it feels more true. I can also feel that in the body somehow.
Yes, now the body can really rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you see, we don't talk about this, I guess. I was just, yeah, the mind sometimes will go back into an old function. And then you just, as compassion, help it discern again, yeah?
You
And
just asked what?
you just help it discern. Because it'll go
You
back
just
into
help it
worried
to discern.
discern, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you honor it again as divine and reassure it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so that it doesn't get into the grip of this thing, and it can open up and become more spacious, so that it can be more. Yeah, be more its divine self, right?
Gorgeous. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Well, no worries. You see, but see, also the this function of Skype and everything is the supreme intelligence too, and it was basically saying that doesn't need to be spoken. The mind is
That
resting.
what? It was basically what?
Doesn't need to be spoken.
Yeah. That the mind is already resting,
Yeah.
so we don't need to talk about an apparent future moment. We should be celebrating that it's here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love how you just with this, with this freedom and innocence, and you don't, there's no violence there
Right.
in what you say, and in how you come across, or violence, and even when I hear people sometimes speak of these things, it sounds a little bit violent or forceful, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And
What comes to me is
feels
that,
to me, I resonate with this a lot. Yeah.
What comes to me is that a lot of people haven't realized that the mind, that's what Pamela said in the beginning, that you have a capacity to bring everything to rest. And if people haven't realized that there is a capacity to, through honoring the mind, or as Pamela speaks, to bring the mind to rest, then they seek a more violent way, which may be forcefully go to the source of the next thought, or those kind of things.
Or let it burn, or it has to fry, or
right. Those people haven't realized that it
doesn't
have to do anything.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they haven't realized it doesn't have to do anything, but they can realize that too.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it feels. Oh, she's gone again.
Oh no, I'm here.
Yeah, I know you're there. You're just not there in words, but you're there.
Oh, thank you, Josephine.
Yeah, thank you for being there, and for giving me this gift of the lightheartedness with all of this.
Oh,
My mind
good,
likes
good,
to hear
good.
it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for resonating. Oh,
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Richard. Thank you
Oh, you
so much.
betcha. Oh, my pleasure. I really like the way, that this call unfolded and the way we talked about uh, an alternative to forceful practices and just realizing that
go to.
what's here right now is already here.
Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Sure can. What's your name?
My name's Craig.
Hey, Craig, where are you? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from San Diego, California.
Thanks for your call.
Yeah, I just wanted to call in, let you know that I'm here, and I'm participating.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, when the last caller was talking, I was practicing along with and trying to, or I was thinking my mind, and I guess for me it's a sensation, sort of, around my third eye center of this kind of pulsating, I don't know, light or sensation. And I don't know, I guess, well, I just want to participate in some way. That's
Yes,
all.
thank you.
And
Thank
say
you.
hi to
I love
Pamela.
how you're talking about consciousness as a pulsation, I like
Mm.
it.
I'm going to see you as well. I'm coming to Harbin,
Super.
Hot Spring. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to say hi, and I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you for coming to join us.
Thanks, Craig.
You're welcome. And have a nice day.
Okay.
Yes, yes,
I don't have a question. I'm practicing. I'm one.
You are. Choicelessly. Yeah.
Far out.
Thanks, Greg.
So, bye, everyone.
Bye, Craig.
Bye.
We get a lot of phone calls today and not so many Skypes. So I don't get to show you what these beautiful people look like. You can just imagine.
Yes.
Who's on the phone now?
Hey, Wolfgang in Seattle.
Hi, Wolfgang.
Hey, hi.
Thanks for calling.
You're welcome, bud. I wonder if you could make a few comments about letting life decide.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Or we could even notice that that life is the one that is guiding and supporting itself, its own embodiment. Yeah. Yeah, because it's so funny how the mind has this idea it makes decisions like I decided this, I decided that. But if you're really slow down, you'll notice that there's resonance or impulses or, just out of the blue, you'll notice the car drives somewhere. And that certainly wasn't on the list. You ever noticed all that?
Oh, yeah.
It's so great. This is like one of my great joys is recognizing the supreme intelligence of life and its benevolence, so we can all rest and just be carried, really. Carried here and there. So much better than noodling or doing advantages, disadvantages, or like, if, should I don't know. Help. So much easier just to relax and be carried.
Yes.
Yes.
One thing that helps doing that, at least what's going on with me, is I'm not scheduling a lot of things. I leave kind of like a pretty empty hole a few weeks ahead, and say I could be carried anywhere, anything can happen in those few weeks. And I'm resisting the temptation to just say, oh, what I'm doing now is what I'll be doing in a couple of months, and getting it all scheduled out and having people coming and going. And I just leave it open.
Very nice. Yeah. Allows for divine creativity, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Yeah.
And then just a simple, very risky word, yes, pops up, and then boom, I'm in another deal. But all those holes kind of like are good spaces for the yeses.
Nicely said, Richard. Nicely said. So Wolfgang, you're resting at work?
Yes.
Wise man. It's amazing how one can function even when you're deeply at rest, isn't it?
Well, it is curious. Yes, it is. Huh. Yeah, I have the opportunity to let life carry me now.
Yes.
There's a lot of changes at work.
What a great opportunity to say yes.
And participate somehow. In this carrying and moving along. Express creativity.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, it's so gorgeous just to watch the play unfold. What a treat to just watch the mystery express itself from moment to moment,
For sure. And in times like this, it's quite exciting.
Yeah, that's like talking to Grace. I look forward, Grace, to seeing how you resolve this or attend to this.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you, Wolfgang. It's really good to be with you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to see you here. Have a great day.
Thank you from Seattle.
You're welcome, Richard.
Okay. Bye-bye, love.
Bye-bye.
There's so much more room for consciousness when it comes out of its form and function, when it comes out of the containment of its form and function, and the mind uncontains itself, and when anxiety uncontains itself, and when the body even uncontains itself back into presence. And then this divine creativity can really enjoy itself and express itself and fully, effortlessly be here. But as soon as it goes back into a form and a function, then there's limitation. So I think that's the frustration in consciousness now, is limitation, containment. It's not so much the circumstances of the life. Does that resonate? Everything wants to be free. Yeah, everything. Om Shanti Shanti. Ah. Hello.
Hi, dear.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Thanks for calling. What's your
Who's
name?
that?
Oh, hi, this is Sam in Chicago.
Hi, Sam.
Actually, this is my first time on Skype. I'm using my friend Kevin's. We're at his house.
Oh, cool.
I have a
Okay.
question.
And Sam.
Just looking at how inquisitive our human nature is, why is it we're so naturally inquisitive and want to try to understand everything as opposed to just being quiet and at peace with ourselves and just being? It seems like that's all this work we're doing is towards achieving that state of being able to just be, but yet our nature pulls us away from that because we're always trying to understand the inner nature of things.
Well, what's the great promise of understanding? What does the mind feel will be the result of omniscience or understanding?
I don't know. It's just like this innate draw. We just sort of like curiosity. It's just part of who we are. We're naturally curious about things, how things work, why they work that way.
Yeah. But couldn't there be rest with that? Couldn't there be a relaxing into the deliciousness of natural curiosity? No?
Sorry, I'm laughing because they're watching on the other computer and there's this delay and now they're going downstairs. So, anyway, yeah, I think there can be, but
Yeah.
It's either that we're so curious about things. There's some people who are just overly curious. They just want to understand and delve into everything. And then there's, of course, people who are just like, we don't have that strong of a drive. And then sometimes it's just your curiosity is so confounded because you don't understand things and you don't have that sense of completion that it kind of keeps you stay hooked.
Okay.
And that I guess that sense of maybe frustration or sense of unfulfillment that you're not coming to completion in your quest of knowledge, that is what makes you kind of not at peace.
Yeah. Well, see, this is just another function in humanists, and it's a trained one, that if we contract and seek, or if we contract and function, then we will achieve. Yeah? See, it's a misunderstanding. Contraction doesn't lead to fulfillment. Yeah? Because as soon as the whole mind or the body contracts to seek something, then it's in object nature, and then it's subject to duality. But in relaxation, even Einstein had this down, he'd go onto his porch and sit in his favorite rocking chair, and then the answer to whatever he was wondering about would just float up from the silence. Yeah. So
I guess go ahead.
Yeah, but in school we were trained to contract, to concentrate, to get the answer. Yeah?
Okay, now I understand what you mean. When you were saying contract, I didn't quite get it. I was thinking of contract in the sense of pulling yourself into self and being quiet as opposed to being expansive and going out into the world. So
concentrating, focusing. Even the eyes have a habit of tightening to seek the image, or So here, this is sort of a revolutionary thing. We relax, and then curiosity is revealed to be wisdom itself. So when you sit with curiosity about something, everything kind of sinks a little deeper, and then the wisdom is about whatever you're wondering about seems to be right underneath the curiosity. So it's kind of just playing. We're just playing a little. That's okay. The mind is a genius. Hey, there's Naomi. Was that Naomi who just got behind? That's so cool.
Yeah, there she is.
There she's here. Hi.
I don't know if she can hear you because I got the headphones.
Oh.
Now she's gone. She didn't hear you say hi.
She's a sage. She's a sage. She knows all about curiosity.
Well, that's interesting. There's always that phrase, curiosity killed the cat.
Oh.
What do you say about that?
Yeah, but cats are eternal, just like human beings. You can't kill consciousness. So go forth. Enjoy this natural curiosity. Oh, it's bright, shiny, infinite intelligence. Yeah.
So I guess being inquisitive, it's not so much us being inquisitive, it's our approach to it. So in being relaxed and calm and at peace in our approach, in a more meditative state, basically we'll net better results. And the process will be happier and healthier, as opposed to how we approach this innate curious drive to understand everything.
Yeah. Well, the mind is seeking its unlimited supreme intelligence, and it has it a little backwards. It has this idea: if it collects all the information and the data, then it will have its supreme intelligence. But it's actually quite the opposite. If the mind stops actually for a moment, and you really, really honor it and invite it to uncontain itself, you don't want your omniscience to be in form. It arises on a need-to-know basis,
Just kind of thought of two metaphors for that. Informed. It's a set form, as opposed to being malleable, where you can take the shape of whatever is needed at that moment. But then also think of computers. If you try to get all the data that existed on just even one subject, you'd have to have so much memory, and then to the time it would take for your computer processor to find that information, versus now, there's what they call the cloud. Everything's out there in the cloud. So instead of your local computer, which would be your consciousness, having to have the data personally, by being open, you're just open to receive whatever information you need that's out there in the universe, as opposed to personally having possessed it yourself.
Gorgeous. Beautifully spoken, Sam. Yeah, you have the big ROM. The computer has the small ROM, ROM. Very nice. It's an honor to be with you, Divine Curiosity.
Thanks. I appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Sam.
All right. Guess I'm going to hang up. All right.
Okay. Bye. Say hi to everyone there.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just thinking, so we don't have a trust. We don't have a trust that Providence provides, let's say. And so then we think, oh yeah, we need information. So then we get a computer with a big memory. I just got a new computer. I got a lot of memory. And if we could collect all those things, of course, then we got the problem to figure out what's all that collected stuff. But it's still just it's a belief that outside is something that is going to fix us. Outside is going to fix us, and what comes automatically is not enough or not appropriate. And I think I was sharing on the last show, that sometime closely, not so far back, I was reading a book about Apollo astronauts. And, like that was our belief back in the late 60s and early 70s that something out on the moon, the moon rock or something is going to really get it for us. And those guys, in a way, they proved that it wasn't. There was nothing out there. I mean, they went to the moon and so on, but they never really went back. So, I mean, the momentum to go back and all of us kind of just doubted that there was anything outside of us that was going to fix us.
Hello.
Okay, let's just see. Take a look here. I had to do a monologue while you were away. But I didn't mind.
Yes, monologue. Very good.
Yeah, right. Kind of laid back here at NeverNotHere land. See who's going to call now. I was just saying something like it's a lack of trust, like we don't trust what comes is appropriate or enough.
But it's not you that doesn't trust, sweetie. You're prior to trust and distrust. Those words don't even apply to you. It's just thought has some remaining concerns. And I think they're pretty reasonable concerns. So I like just meeting them, that once again having satsang with the mind so that it can rest. It just has a couple of protests before it rests.
Oh, yeah. That's so cool. I kind of was noticing that mine rests too, and I loved it when you confirmed that. But, I mean, it just seemed like at a certain time, if you didn't have a belief that there
Hello,
was...
are you there?
Okay, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hi. Do you hear us?
Hi.
Hi.
No. This is Craig. I'm calling again.
Hey, from San Diego.
Yeah, I'm from San Diego. And I did think of a question. I just got a little shy because this is a new...
No, that's really cool. That you did really good to call back.
But I do have a question for Pamela. And it is, I was wondering if maybe you could just talk a little bit about our mountain nature, because that has been something that has been, profound for me, and I'm very curious about it. And so I don't even know the insight, but I would like to hear what you have to say about that. I'm a mountain.
That's right. Everybody has mountain nature, meaning unmoving, infinite strength, formless, no less. Yeah. So we are aware of movement, in the world and within, but that which is aware of the movement is unmoving. Yeah. So it's kind of consciousness is remembering all its qualities. Yeah. Which is too small a word to talk about this, infinite strength and resilience and unmoving, effortless presence. But that awareness that we all are is this unmoving mountain strength. Incredible resilience. Each one of us has been present with billions of thoughts and billions of sensations, emotions, feelings, encounters, circumstances. And we rarely celebrate this natural resilience in consciousness. We usually speak of the challenges, or the pleasures or the joys, but just noticing this unmoving gaze within. How remarkable it is. We're still here, you know?
Could you maybe talk a little bit about how our consciousness uses metaphor as a way to, I don't know, understand formlessness or...
To understand formlessness?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's, when I go deep into my consciousness, a lot of times I need, my mind wants to use metaphor in such a way to kind of understand
Yes.
the space that I'm in. And for me, the mountain is something that comes up a lot. And I'm very comfortable with that.
Yeah. Well, you can trust what you resonate with, yeah? Like somebody, another friend here on the show might not be resonating with that.
When I've let go of myself, my mind, and I feel that I'm communicating with the one, that I'm connected, I can't talk or think I'm amazed that you can be so articulate and be in a state where, you're with your natural being. Because for me, I feel like I am in my natural self, but I look like a deer in the headlights. I wouldn't be able to really talk.
Yeah, but you're talking
do you do that?
like a samadhi, yeah? Yeah, but right now, here's ordinary. Ordinary consciousness is here. Yeah? And states, they come and go, right? States come and go, huh, Craig?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the only thing that remains is this ordinariness. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the main event, non-event, The experiences, the really strong experiences are designed to bring doubt to rest. But this ordinariness, this is what they call emptiness or presence, naturalness, yeah? Yeah, so that which comes and goes is not the ultimate. Even the really juicy, epic, that's not the ultimate. The ultimate is the no thing. It's this open, formless emptiness, very intelligent and mischievous. Yeah, so that's talking to me now, right, Craig? Yeah, its spiritual name is Craig.
Yeah. I guess, just asking a question or being around other people, it brings up so much, of the body, expressing itself. And I guess that takes me out of my natural being.
Okay, but you see, this is, the body is inviting you to liberate it of the past, because if the body doesn't know its true nature and the mind doesn't know its true nature, then there's always going to be this apparent experience of being here, and then, oh, I'm not here. Oh, we're back. But basically, if you look into that, it's just the body and the mind are having experiences, and awareness is bringing its awareness there. So I just invite you to really look into the true nature of the body and the mind, because it's the same stillness. And it says, hey, boss, show me my true nature. Then there's not the coming and going experience. Ah, except occasionally on Skype.
I'm going to practice that.
Okay.
I did. I had some. I had a connection with that, so I'm going to continue to practice that. And thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Craig. See you soon.
Thanks for calling back.
Oh, I will see you soon. Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, that's fun.
It's kind of like a major shift for me, you know. I don't know about just lately, though. Let's say that I used to think that you know, coming to presence was just an avoidance of my problems, you know. Total belief in the past and in the future. And now I just seem so clear that presence is the only place that counts, you know, the only place where anything can happen, and that actually those problems will never get solved, you know. Maybe they'll appear, maybe they won't, but they won't be solved.
Nicely said. Yeah, because they're not what they appear to be. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we got 2 phone calls now. Who's on the telephone?
Hey, can I talk with Pam?
Sure. What's your name and where you calling from?
I'm Barney, and I'm from Los Angeles.
Thanks for
Hey,
calling,
Barney.
Hey, what's up?
Not much.
¿Qué pasa?
Cool. This is awesome. I don't know how to say this, but as friends, I think we're friends, and I'm yelling into the phone right now. Okay, there's laughter. That's what I wanted. What does it all mean? Do we just hang out? Is that it? What is it?
Well, who wants to know? Are you sure that's your
a good question? Well, go ahead.
It doesn't
don't
seem
know.
like that's your question, Barney. I think that's what the mind's question is, right?
Can you say that again? You're breaking up like Steve Austin.
Yeah, so ask the mind if the answer to that question would satisfy it forever.
That's the whole thing. I don't think I get, okay, let's hang out with this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so what would satisfy the mind forever?
Great question.
Doesn't the mind go quiet when it hears that?
It sort of shuts down a bit, I think.
Right, that's it. Because that question has a gift, because the mind sees that it was looking for satisfaction, ultimate satisfaction, and no wisdom, no experience will satisfy it forever. Yeah, it wants the ultimate satisfaction. And the ultimate satisfaction is only in the true nature, yeah? Not in any happening or object or, yeah. So ask the mind, who are you that you long for ultimate satisfaction? It's already showing how wise it is. It doesn't want any substitutes anymore. Who are you, mind, that
like
you long
always,
for?
it's like always things, right? It's like always things.
Yeah, but it's already experienced billions of things and happenings and pleasures and experiences, but it's still not enough.
Right.
So it wants to, it wants its true nature. Yeah, that's why I love that word, satisfaction, truth. That's what satisfies.
Well, this was awesome. No, thank you. And
Thank you, Barney. Barney.
Okay.
Thanks,
okay.
Barney.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Hey,
Okay.
Richard, thanks for having me.
Loved everyone in LA. Okay.
Afternoon, whatever. Take care, Pam. Love you too.
Bye, love.
All right, late. Bye-bye.
Bye.
It sounds like the only it's just see if you can put together the body appears to dissolve or disappear, and the mind appears to dissolve and disappear in deep sleep.
True.
And then, without the control or the volition or the instigation of the I or the ego, the mind and the I itself appears
right
out of deep sleep.
Yes.
Okay. So something along what Barney was asking, is it that the body, what is instigating, or what causes this to occur? What causes the world to appear out of deep sleep? Now, I know you're saying, would that satisfy the mind? But it's the mind's nature to also ask. So, in a way, the mind is asking,
Life is the only doer.
What the mind is what?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anybody else has heard, but Ramesh Balsekar died today.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks
apparently.
Telling that.
Right. Well, he didn't answer anybody.
Yeah, he doesn't need that body. He'll get another one if he needs another one.
But that's
so
Pamela, that's
life,
a concept.
That's cute. All is well. Hey, so life is doing everything, right? As you notice, we're just kind of like innocent bystanders. Yeah? Yeah. So this is what I love about relaxation, which is also choiceless when you see the true nature of everything, is then you can enjoy the unmoving ride, Yeah.
Although what enjoys it? Because it's only the movement that enjoys the unmoving if the movement is there. Otherwise, it's just unmoving nothing.
Oh. Yeah, but that's kind of yummy, isn't it? I think life is the enjoyer too, right? There's no person required.
I don't know. I don't experience beingness in deep sleep. In deep sleep, there's a gap.
Nice, yeah. I think it's because everybody's in the absolute, and there's no I amness in deep sleep. Yeah. So this is gorgeous. Even I amness gets to rest. And where everything rests in just formless, open, spaceless space, right?
So is there another experiencer in deep sleep?
No. experiencer is down for the count.
I mean, so it's beyond understanding, obviously.
Lovely, nicely said. Yeah, because understanding is not the ultimate. It's just a party favor. Oh.
Well, that's a game. That's a game stopper.
Yeah, I mean, really, like, if all of a sudden this amazing, like, deity showed up and said, okay, you get understanding or you get yummy, just yummy, what would you go for? Empty yumminess, please. Formless yumminess. Keep the understanding.
Well, I don't know. That's nothing. I mean, I get it. There's always a but. The but is the movement.
Nicely said. Yeah. But you get to have it all. You get to have nothing and everything. It's a really big show.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm a kind of student of Stuart's.
Very nice.
And every now and then he says nice things about you. I'm just gossiping.
Gossip is welcome here. Yes, Stuart is magnificent.
So, going to be on the East Coast soon?
Probably in the spring.
I missed you the last time you were on the East Coast. There was you were in the One Center place, and Kelly was. I was in a La Kelly course, and I didn't know about you, but I heard about you later.
Yes, and here we are now. Yes. Thank you, love. Thank you for your presence.
Thank you.
Thanks, Hirsch.
Thank you.
Interpersonal partnerships seem to be evolving or changing. It's all getting shook up a little bit. And man and wife structures or whatever roles people take in partnerships seem to be less stable than they were for previous generations. At the same time, there's less repression. We're able to be more who we are. And in that, there's a shaking up or something that is leading us to find new ways of being in partnership. And I'm curious as to your awareness of that.
So did I hear you correctly? You're talking about relationships sort of changing? Is that what you're speaking of?
Yeah. And there's a lot of movement in relationships, it seems now.
Yeah. I think it's because the old forms are dying. The old structures, the old myths. Yeah. And something fresh and new is blooming.
Yeah, that's my inner feelings is that there's the map isn't there anymore and it's being created.
Yeah, because how maps get dusty and tattered. So how beautiful something fresh is coming, yeah? Yeah. Just presence being with presence, the divine being with the divine, his friends, best friends, Oh. This is uncharted territory because it's fresh every moment, right?
Exactly, yeah. It seems that when we try and put it in a form, it gets concretized.
Yeah.
Then the mind starts having expectations or projections that inhibit the ability just to connect in presence.
Yeah. Yeah, we certainly don't want the mind to try and help us in our relationships. It's not its department, huh?
Yeah, well put. Yeah.
It goes, I'll help you. I'll create problems and separation and get you lots of uncomfortable space. But here, this naturalness, it just is spontaneous and expresses itself uniquely in moment to moment. Yeah. So often I notice that people move against forms that relationship will just bloom into. So we don't want to move against it nor cling to it, And I know you know that. But how beautiful to be in the springtime of consciousness where it's expressing itself uniquely and freshly and creatively. It's not canned anymore, relationships or consciousness.
What seems to be coming is that, fixed structures and fixed maps are getting obsolete faster and faster. And it's kind of really cool that it doesn't happen all in one. It's kind of just getting a little bit faster. There's acceleration, so that we can gradually get used to being in the moment, right? When we chuck all maps, But just think if all maps were no good anymore, we would totally freak out. So we have to do this one step at a time.
Well, that's why I love, that in the word compassion is the word compass. That like that being inside, that just being, really just here and savoring and being curious, that's the compass. And that's also compassion. That's us being compassionate with our own embodiment and with our friends' embodiment and with life itself. So we're kind of lucky ducks. We're finding we have this amazing internal compass, infinite.
Yeah, it seems that like with little infants when they're born, the compass is oriented to a caregiver that provides the needs. And then as consciousness gets embodied, we become aware that we are. And we are able to meet our own needs, or that life brings forth what we need. But there's that primary experiences that do play out somehow, even on a cellular level in our body. If we've had experiences where perhaps some of our needs weren't met, then there could have been a constriction within us all the way through to a somatic level. And often those experiences perhaps subconsciously play out in relationships until we become aware of them.
So true.
And just the form and the path which contained relationships often led to a lifelessness in the relationships. You could kind of see it in, for example, in some of the old Soviet satellite states, where there was a lot of repression. And during the communist era, there was seemingly unrest. But as soon as the controls were lifted up, there was suddenly a lot of civil unrest because people weren't externally controlled anymore. And it's kind of like the same thing's happening as these forms are collapsing in relationships, stuff surfacing up that needs to be released as we find our way. But also the point I'm feeling and hearing is that there are some roads we can still follow. It's not like all the roads are gone. It's maybe we have to just go past where that road ends and take some of the good.
Following our feet. Following our feet and our resonance. Yeah?
Yeah. It's a really exciting journey.
It is.
It's wonderful that we can be sitting there, different parts of the world and sharing a moment through form of formlessness in connection. It's pretty cool. So, you guys rock, and really appreciate you doing all this. And thought I'd try it out and say hi. And
That away. Thanks, Pierre.
yeah,
Thank you,
very much.
I
Pierre.
know, at least we're going 9 or 10 time zones.
Lots of
Blessings.
love. Bye to you, Pierre.
Hope to catch you at one of your retreats soon.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ah.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Maybe there's time for one more call if somebody wants to get on. Let me put the phone number
Yeah,
up.
one more, and then we'll all
think
go
we're-
back into formlessness.
Right. We'll rest that Skype. That your internet connection's probably burning. So let's see who's gonna
Yeah,
be the lucky last
next
caller.
time I'll go to somebody.
Let's try to plug in next time. Okay. Oh, they're calling left and right
come
now.
and go.
Okay, let's see. I'll get this one. Okay, let's see who's on. Okay. Hello. Do you hear us?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Richard.
Hi, Anna. Is this Anna Maria?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi. Hello, Pam.
Hello.
We have not so much time left.
No, we have enough time. You could just take whatever you want.
Absolutely.
I have not so much to say, but first, I just heard that Ramesh Balsekar has left his body today, if I understood quite right. Is it true? I think the gentleman who called before said that.
Yes.
Hello.
That Ramesh had dropped the body this morning.
Yes. And well, a great guru and really a Mahatma has left us,
Oh,
but only with the body.
that's right. He's still here at vastness.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And well, and then Pam, you said before, give satsang to whatever arises, and it was a great thing to really to keep and go with. I never heard this before, and I think it's a wonderful sentence to keep in mind.
Oh, beautiful.
Give satsang to whatever arises. It's wonderful, and I keep that in mind, and I remember first thing in the morning, I think, tomorrow.
Right.
But only right now, even right now.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Everything that arises comes out of the stillness, presents itself to this aware stillness that you are for a blessing, and then it returns back into its formless essence. Yeah. So it's like this gorgeous fountain of beingness. It just arises in your vast, benevolent, empty, spacious heart,
Yes.
Pamela, we didn't say it, but Anna Maria is in Slovenia.
Yes, Richard, you remember. Yes, I'm calling from Slovenia, and I follow every show in Sundays, of course, because here is in such hour that I can be not sleeping. And and I live very close to Italy. Actually, it's on the border to Italy. My mother was
beautiful.
Italian. Yes, and it was another thing I was thinking about what Richard said before, that somehow we are waiting. If I understood properly, Richard, that you said that we are always waiting, waiting to something from outside, like.
I was saying we have a real belief in it. We have a belief that something outside is gonna, and so therefore we're always perking up and looking outside. Like it must be out there somewhere. I know it's out there. Something's gonna come and save me, right?
Yes. And you mentioned the moon astronauts. I remember someone. I don't remember his name, but he when. I don't know if it was in one of these shows. Some person mentioned this astronaut who, on his way back to Earth, had some experience.
Right. I think they all had experiences, but some of them weren't able to really figure out what they were. And they gave a scientific explanation to it. But this one is Edgar Mitchell, and then. He started actually the Institute for Noetic Sciences, which he's still alive, and it's an ongoing, strong organization in Petaluma, which investigates consciousness.
All right. Yes, right. And then I thought maybe this is the answer to this belief that it wasn't outside; it came from inside.
Yeah.
Something useful, something great.
Yeah, this that you are is benevolent presence, and your body knows that, and the feelings and the sensations and the mind, and they just want you to permeate the whole embodiment, touch every cell with this kindness that you are. Yeah, and that's love.
How about, for instance, when we say grace must make something. Then it's sometimes we believe that it must come from outside. Grace somewhere up there, but
see, you're
wrong.
grace. Yeah, you are grace.
Yes,
that's it. So could you in this moment function as grace for your own embodiment? Could you turn this, shining, pure awareness that you are, and just gaze and warm the body just with this that you are? It's like this nourishment. It's always nourishing everything but its own embodiment.
Yes, I think it's the only way to feel grace from inside. It was all I had to say. Anyhow, I thank you so much, Richard, for everything you are doing.
I thank you for coming, checking it out.
You're welcome. It's something I noticed. It's a huge difference between calling in and just watching. Although we watch, of course, very actively, and it was a great show today, Pam. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being this love that you resonate with. Yeah, same. We're all the same. Yeah. You're so beautiful.
Thank you so much. Much love. Much love to you.
Much love. Bowing to your dear heart. My goodness.
Love to you, Richard.
Thank you,
also.
Maria.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you, Richard, and everyone for participating. Om Shanti Shanti. Bye bye.
Thank you, Pamela.
And thank you everyone for your patience with me regularly demanifesting. Yeah, so maybe some other moment in timelessness we can all be together.